Alright, let's do this. Hold on to your steering wheels, people, because today we are talking about a machine that doesn't just break the rules, it prints out the rule book, sets it on fire, and then uses the ashes to smoke its tires. We are looking at the 2026 BMW M5, and I'm about to tell you why this car has officially made every other sedan on the road feel like a confused horse-drawn carriage. This isn't just a car, it's a flex, a physics lesson, and a midlife crisis all rolled into one ridiculously sculpted piece of German engineering. So, let's get into it, because this one is absolutely mental. The star of the show is the 2026 BMW M5, the latest generation of the ultimate driving machine's most iconic super sedan. In Pakistan, if you're looking to get your hands on this beast, you're going to need some serious connections and a bank account that doesn't cry when you look at it. We're talking well north of 8 figures on the road, easily crossing 9 to 10 crore rupees depending on the options and the dealer's mood that day. This car is aimed squarely at the person who wants to take the kids to school at 8 a.m. and then absolutely demolish a track record at 3 p.m. The vibe: it's a wolf in wolf's clothing. It's not trying to hide anymore. First impressions: walk up to this thing, and it feels like the car is staring you down. The grille is massive, and I know some of you might be thinking, oh, it's too big, but on this M5, it works. It's aggressive, it's angry, and it's framed by these laser headlights that look like the eyes of a predator. The stance is wide, the fenders are flared, and those massive M-specific wheels just fill out the arches perfectly. It doesn't just have road presence, it has road dominance. In Pakistan, this thing in a matte finish or a deep carbon black is going to make everyone on the motorway pull over just to let it pass. It's elegant if you squint, but mostly it just screams business. Step inside, and this is where BMW tries to convince you that you've made a responsible decision. The interior is a perfect blend of luxury, and I'm about to do something illegal. You've got carbon fiber everywhere, but it's mixed with soft merino leather and these insanely comfortable sport seats that somehow hold you in place when you corner but don't hurt your back in Lahore traffic. The tech is next level. The curved display is crisp, the xDrive system is the best in the business, and yes, they've kept a few physical buttons for the climate control, so we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Space-wise, the front is a cockpit, the rear seats are actually usable for adults unlike some sports cars, and the boot is big enough to fit a full set of golf clubs or, a week's worth of groceries from DHA. Build quality is solid, it feels like it was carved from a single block of titanium. Now, let's talk about the heart of this beast, because this is where the magic happens. Under the hood, we've got a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, but this isn't your father's V8. This thing is paired with a hybrid system that pushes the total output to a staggering 717 horsepower and over 700 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 100 km per hour BMW claims 3.4 seconds, but honestly, it feels faster. It's that instant electric torque filling in the gaps of the V8. It's all-wheel drive, but here's the cool part: you can switch it to rear-wheel drive mode if you want to be a hooligan and turn your tires into smoke. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic that reads your mind. In comfort mode, it's smooth, it's quiet, it's a luxury sedan. But the second you hit that M button on the steering wheel, the suspension stiffens, the exhaust opens up, and it turns into a snarling, corner-carving monster. The handling is telepathic. It weighs a lot, but it hides its weight so well you'd think it did a master's degree in deception. On a highway, it's a missile. In the city, it's surprisingly docile until you press the throttle. Then it's just pure, unadulterated violence. And fuel efficiency: look, if you're asking about fuel efficiency on an M5, you're probably shopping for a Corolla. But since you asked, the real-world mileage is painful. You're looking at maybe 6 to 7 kilometers per liter in the city if you're driving like a saint. On the motorway, if you keep it steady, you might see 9 to 10. But let's be honest, you're not buying this car to hypermile. The fuel tank is decent, but your running costs are going to be high. Tires, brakes, and fuel are all premium items. But here's the thing: the smile it puts on your face makes the fuel pump feel like a subscription you're actually happy to pay. Now, for some interesting facts. Did you know that the 2026 M5 is the first time an M5 has used a plug-in hybrid system? But unlike the XM, they tuned it specifically for performance, not just efficiency. Also, the iconic V8 sound is actually being piped into the cabin through the speakers. Controversial, yes. But it sounds so good you won't care. And a common owner complaint: the sheer weight of it, over 2.4 tons, means you feel it in tight corners if you push too hard. It's a heavy hitter, not a featherweight boxer. Let's break it down. Pros: insane performance that rivals supercars, luxury interior that's actually comfortable, that V8 soundtrack is pure therapy, the AWD gives you confidence in any weather or any road in Pakistan, and it's surprisingly practical for a family. Cons: the price. You need a second mortgage to buy it. The weight is noticeable, the fuel efficiency is a joke, like a really expensive joke, and honestly, it's so capable that it almost feels too easy to drive fast. It doesn't scare you as much as an old M5 did, it just dominates. And let me add a funny moment for the Desi context. Imagine driving this to a family wedding. Your mom will complain about the suspension being stiff over the speed bump at the banquet hall, your cousin will ask you to give it a little push, and then you'll accidentally do a launch control start and leave the entire valet parking clouded in smoke while the bride's family watches. You'll either be the hero of the day or banned from family gatherings forever. Totally worth it? So, final verdict. Who should buy the 2026 BMW M5 if you want a car that does everything: hauls the family, wins drag races, and makes you feel like a superhero every single time you sit in the driver's seat? This is it. It is the ultimate all-rounder. Who should avoid it if you are worried about maintenance costs, if you live in a place with massive potholes that will swallow those 21-inch wheels, or if you just want a quiet, relaxing commute? This is not for you. This is for the enthusiast who refuses to compromise. For me, it's a buy it. It's worth every rupee if you can afford it. It is the new benchmark. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next review, and let me know in the comments, if money was no object, would you take this M5 or the E63? I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.